Hello everyone, this is Panda and I have COVID. And for the past 10 days I've been dealing with the COVID symptoms, tickle in my throat, not eating very well. The first few days I caught a headache, migraine headache, still have it off and on. And let me tell you why New York City needs to do a little bit better. Because I've been trying to reach out to 311 and I've been trying to reach out to a certain number to provide me a way to keep me quarantined from everyone else. And as you can see, I am not quarantined. New York Homeless Outreach just came to me today after so many days trying to reach out to them. And a nice couple pretty much reached out to them. I don't know how they did it or how they got in contact with someone, but they came out here about a half hour ago trying to tell me that, listen, they're going to try to do their best, but that number should be working and that number that was provided does not work. The mailbox is full or no one ever picks up. So the New York system for the homeless dealing with COVID-19 is very poor. The system is premature in my opinion, but right now, as you can see, I'm out in the public exposing everyone to COVID. And this is how New York handles COVID cases. So, with that said, everyone, I even took the time out to wash my hands, sanitize my hands, wash my face, do what I can to make sure that I don't spread it. But it's really hard to stay away from people when you're out in the public. And this is a message to New York City. If you're going to help people with the crisis in hand, you should have multiple phone numbers, multiple websites, multiple agencies to handle situations for houseless or homeless people that have symptoms of COVID or have been tested positive. So guys, if you have not seen my post on the community forum on YouTube, I post my results there and you can see that it says positive twice. So with that said, I went to one location to get tested. That testing location was flawed. I went to Lab Q's because they have a 95% rate. It's the gold standard, and I took the test twice. Both tests came back positive. So with that said, my health is important. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't communicate with a lot of people, I don't touch people, I don't come in close to contact with people, but it's really hard when you do that, when you're out in public, when the city failed their part to actually have a way to communicate with services to keep me safe and keep New Yorkers safe. I'm not from New York, but in the last 5 months since I've been here since August, I am very disappointed how New York Outreach handles the homeless. Now they are out here and about, but the way that I tried to communicate with them for the last 10 days was a failure. I don't know how that couple that sees me from period time to time, I don't know how they got in contact, but they must have flexed some muscle to get them out here to talk to me for about 15 minutes. The guy wouldn't come close because he was told that I had COVID. So, you're right. So I'm not accepting food from people that is open because that's another way to spread COVID. And then again, I'm trying to be safe. But if you guys want to support the hotel fees, there's a PayPal, cash.app, Venmo, because I do not like to rely on the system at all. This is why we do not rely on the system, because the system always fails the people. And so, with that said, everyone, I'm on 5th Avenue and 22nd Street, right across from the Harry Potter Wizardry World. And as you can see, people walking down the street with no masks. And this is why I need to stress this enough to all the New Yorkers, that you need to be aware that this new variant is kicking our butts. And the way you guys are showing the responsibility and to not... You're not showing the right responsibility by not wearing a mask. Walking down the street with no mask because you think you're immune, that's not the way to go. So with that said, everyone, I've been exposed to COVID. I've been sick off and on. And my first whereabouts was when I felt the tickle in my throat. Then I got a headache, and I still have migraine headaches off and on. I'm starting to have an appetite. But then again, when I start eating, I lose that appetite. So it's been very hard for me struggling with this COVID virus that's in my system as of now. And yes, I have been fully vaccinated and got the booster shot and still caught COVID. So, with that said, everyone, and if you guys want to know what dose did I receive, the visor is the dose that I received for all three, the shots and the booster. So with that said, everyone, I want to share my experience in New York City. I want to tell New York City that they have to do better than this, because if you are going to help also the homeless or the houseless, if they have COVID, you have to have multiple websites, multiple phone numbers, multiple channels they can communicate with to order to have the data that they need to say, hey, we house this person because this person have COVID. But with that said, it hasn't been that way. It's been a really struggle trying to get someone or trying to report that I have COVID to the right people. And right now, as you can see, I'm on 22nd Street and 5th Avenue in the Flatiron District, and it's been really troublesome because you got kids, you got people walking past me, walking by me with no masks, and I'm trying to not spread this COVID virus among the people, but it seems like people just don't care. Like her, she's not wearing a mask. And you guys can clearly see that, like these couple right now that's walking towards me, not wearing a mask. Guaranteed. So with that said, everyone, it goes to show you that some people in New York City do not give a fuck, and they don't care, and they don't care about keeping others safe. But with that said, everyone, I've been exposed to it. I might have caught it on the subway. I might have caught it on the Yonaham train station. I might have caught it on the Amtrak or the LIR. Who knows? But I always sanitize. I always keep a big bottle of sanitizer with me. I always use Dr. Squash soap. I always wash my hands and my face. But doesn't matter what I do, I still caught COVID. But if you guys want to support the channel, please do subscribe, like, and share. Hit the notification bell icons, please, because only 2% of you have your notifications turned on. And if you guys want to help with the hostel hotel fees, please, there's a PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, because it seems like New York City's services is not reliable. So with that said, everyone, you guys have a good one, and stay COVID-free as much as possible. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.